I seriously just dropped this in the water. That's all there was to it. I didn't cast it, nothing. And a moment before that, my rod tip touched the water and it bit that too. Very aggressive little fish, very hungry, and very, very pretty. As you can see with the light just coming over the top of the clouds now. Beautiful sunfish. Oof, feisty little guy. There was no fight. I mean, basically, I dipped the lure in the water. I wasn't even trying to cast it. I was trying to actually, get the swivel out of the end of the hook here. I mean, the eye of the rod tip. And he came up, bit it. Yeah, get out of here, buddy. Super cool. Super cool. Let's see if there's more. It's a good thing about fishing really small tackle like this. I mean, the rod and the reel and the line is not super small, but that little MEPS does the trick. That's all you need right there. Just add water. Oh, one hit it, but he didn't take it. I'm super excited. Caught a rock. I was like, it's the biggest sunfish in history. No, it is a rock. Look what I got. Beautiful, beautiful sunfish, but I didn't catch him on one of my regular lures because I kept hanging up on these rocks, and every time I would pull the lure free, because I get impatient, it would bend the hook and snap the tip off. I don't have a file with me. So what I ended up doing, let me show you the fish first. Lovely. Beautiful fish. Look at those stripes. What I ended up doing is actually seeing how creative I could get. I took a size 10 bait hook, an SSG shot, and some cotton thread that I actually used for baiting up my shark rigs. And I kind of just did the same thing you do when you tie a fly for fly fishing. I mean, a much less refined version, obviously. But crimped the SSG shot over the line and the thread, kind of made a bit of a swim bait with it. And sure enough, got a fish. Let's try to get it out there, because what happened, I hooked and lost a bass, maybe about a pound. And then I hooked that sunfish, and I could feel the sunfish, they do those little jerky movements. And then suddenly I felt this bigger pull on the line. And I was like, whoa, this fish just woke up? No, it turns out what happened was I'd hooked that sunfish, and in the ensuing struggle, that bass had grabbed the sunfish, and then the bass let go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast it right over here. I know that bass is here because I saw it. Saw it with my own eyes. These dragonflies out here, they're hard to see because I think technically they're like the little damselflies. They keep landing on the line, and it makes it hard to detect what is a sunfish and what is a dragonfly hitting the line at 30 miles an hour. Because that's how fast they can move. I think they're the fastest flying insect in the world. One of them anyway. 32 to 36 miles an hour, something like that. Come on. See, this is the thing, and this is a good thing. The thing about fishing is that the more you do it, the more creative you get with the way you're doing it. And that keeps it fun so much longer. When you're just constantly going for the biggest possible fish you can catch, that gets boring really fast. It really and truly does. Getting creative with what you're doing and having fun by, making your own, makeshift lure keeps it fresh. I wonder if I skipped it across the surface. Nope, nothing. Oh guys. What do you want to talk about, Oh, okay. You know what? There's fish right there. I've been thinking about getting into bow fishing on the channel. If you guys know, because one of the suggestions I got was, why don't you take up fly fishing? And I've always wanted to do it, and finally I was like, you know what? I'm going to bite the bullet, buy some fly gear. A lot of people, and again, I don't necessarily hold with this. I think however you have fun fishing is the way you should fish, but a lot of people will tell you, the truest form of fishing is fly fishing, you know. But I've been thinking about getting into bow fishing. So if you guys are into that, if you guys think that would be cool to see, let me know in the comments below. And you know, I could probably hit that side of the bank somewhere with an arrow, no guarantees. So not a master of archery. So if you know a good beginner setup, post it below. There's a cormorant right over there. Random movie recommendation. Hell or High Water. Or is it Come Hell or High Water? I think it's just Hell or High Water. Chris Pine, Jeff Bridges, one of the best movies about Texas culture ever made. That's not actually what it's about, but that kind of is the vehicle, or one of the vehicles through which the scene is set and the plot is driven. New food. I think dried blueberries are absolutely addictive. Really good stuff. Don't get the kind that are just coated with all these, you know, refined sugars. You know, get yourself good organic, you know, Simple Truth, or, you know, go to Whole Foods and you'll be fine. Dried blueberries, really, really awesome. Oh, yes. On camera. On camera. Where'd you go, buddy? Here you are. Absolutely lovely. Look at that. Look at those colors. Look at the outline. That's incredible. Absolutely amazing. They lose some of that vibrance once they start calming down. It's really right as you catch them. You know, if you're trying to get your picture of it or film it, I mean, the moment you get that thing out of the water, get it in front of a camera, and you'll just see those amazing colors. Fantastic. And, you know, I really, really wanted to catch a fish on camera with this right here. And it worked. You can see how this fish, seeing this bobbing through the water, you know, would have thought it was a food source. And look at that, just big enough to take the hook into its mouth. Absolutely fantastic. You don't need a bunch of expensive tackle. I mean, expensive tackle will work, absolutely. However, if you are bored or poor or both, like me, you can use a little BB shot and some cotton thread and a hook, and you can make a lure and catch some fish. Let's let this guy go. Let's move. Let's move locations. I'm very satisfied now. I really wanted to catch one of those on camera with this. We're going to keep trying this. We're going to try it further down that way. Let's see. More random, more random. New takedown I want to try. So I'm pretty good at ducking under from a clinch, from like a wrestler's tie or a Muay Thai clinch. Ducking under and getting a, you know, double underhooks for a body lock, and then turning that into kind of a sweep, kind of a wrestler's trip. I'm pretty good at that. It's one of my better takedowns. And I just saw a new version. I saw TJ Dillashaw do it, where if you looked at his legs, he almost like dropped into it as he torqued the guy backwards. I'm gonna try that soon. See how that works out. Oh yeah. Haha. Guys, catching fish on cotton thread. Cotton thread and a hook. That is all this fish needed to say, you know what, I want a piece of that. Pretty cool. Not a monster, but hey, I caught it on a piece of cotton. Really neat. Lovely stripes on this guy. Put him back. Super cool. Being a minimalist pays off sometimes. Cotton thread, a hook, that's all you need. Fish on. Nice fish. Nice fish, yes. Bonus. Bonus for you guys. You thought you were walking out of here with just the small fry. Bass on a spinner. Not too bad. Not too bad at all, especially in this fading light. You know, I read an old book. I think think it was called Mastering Bass Angling. It's an old book from like the 1980s, maybe older, which when you think about it, the 1980s was not 20 years ago, it was 40 years ago. Anyway, in the book it said that during the twilight hours, you probably shouldn't try to fish for bass because their eyes had trouble adapting in fading light. I don't know if that's true or not, but I think it kind of, and again, the author of the book was a better fisherman than me, but I think that statement kind of did a disservice to the many sensory perceptions that fish have, you know, whether it's the sight or smell or the detection of vibration through the lateral line. Clearly, in fading light, you can catch bass. So, little bonus fish for you guys. Lovely largemouth bass. Let's put him back where he belongs. And there he goes. Now I will see you guys later. Ha!